that some people will say you have to have a physically present person to give you some guidance, to give you some correction. Well, that's why Prabhupada had all these temple presidents and senior devotees and sannyasis. Okay, but this is different than what we've seen with neophytes, whether it's Madhyam neophytes or Kanishta neophytes, posing as Mahabhagavats, posing as Uttamadhikaris. That creates all the confusion. When Prabhupada is written, first of all, that was in 1966. As we look at Prabhupada's teaching from 1965, 1966 through 1977, what did Prabhupada say at the end? How did he recommend that the process of initiation should be conducted in his society for his students, his followers, and his disciples? What did he order? Now, it's one thing to quote in 1966. Okay, that's nice. That's good. That's interesting. There's a couple of these other quotes also. Prabhupada never denied physicality. As a matter of fact, when he set up the system of officiating representative, he took into consideration that these people would physically be living. They would continue to be living after his departure. So physicality is there, but it's put in proper context. The problem is there is a difference between an institutional directive for management of a system of initiation in Iskcon and the position of Acharya, which Prabhupada did not give to anybody. If somebody can prove from Prabhupada's statements in 1977, when, where, and how did he ever appoint anybody as successor Acharya or zonal Acharya or Mahabhagavat Acharyas? Come up. People have been discussing for 46 years and nobody's been able to prove it because it's not there. Even the founding father and the mastermind of that whole system, the late secretary, admitted on December 3rd, 1980 in Topanga Canyon, California, that this idea of guru appointments is a myth. It's fiction. Prabhupada did not appoint any guru or acharya after him. All he did is arrange for the continuation of the initiation system, which he already had. When people say, oh, there's no evidence that nobody ever did this. Well, there is evidence. Prabhupada did it between 1971 and 1977. He had temple presidents like Vishwakarma, Rebhatinandan, Kirtanananda, sannyasis, different GBCs, chant on the beads, choose a name for the person. They would send a recommendation to Prabhupada. Prabhupada would approve. He would say, conduct the fire sacrifice, make the promise of following the 4 principles, chanting 16 rounds in front of the deities, in front of the Vaishnavas, in front of the fire. That was the system that he established. All he did was continue the same system. He did not appoint any Diksha gurus or initiating spiritual master. That is nonsense. That was a falsehood, a fabrication. It's a hoax. Now, all of those who want to present this idea of their living guru, why don't you look at your history since 1977? Would you like to discuss in detail what happened to this original 11? What happened in 1986? One of the biggest scandals in Gaudiya Vaishnava history? They reinstated a sexual pervert as an acharya? Is that their idea of a physically present guru? Is that what Prabhupada did? Is that what our previous acharyas did? Where do you get these ideas of deviant gurus, of sex perverts, of embezzlers, of child molesters as gurus? What is that? Earlier in this conversation, we were discussing how some of these living gurus, physically present gurus, they filed in Washington, D.C., USA, a statement that Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of Iskcon, was an employee for hire. He was just a worker for hire. This is their level of understanding, these so-called living gurus, that the greatest acharya in the history of Vaishnavism was their employee. What does that say? We discussed last class on Wednesday how in the Bhagavad Gita in 1983, they took out Prabhupada's guru by His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Thakur Bhaktivinoda, and Jagannath Das Babaji. Is that your great qualification, that you insult these great acharyas by taking their pictures out of the Bhagavad Gita? Who are you? Mr. Living Guru, who are you? Who gave you the authority to take them out? And you think that we should accept your divine physical presence after you insult the Acharyas, insult Srila Prabhupada, and you're still posing and posturing as an Acharya. Your philosophy needs a complete overhaul, a complete cleanup. You never understood the philosophy because the beginning point is wrong. Just like the post-1937 Gaudiya Math disobeyed Bhaktisiddhanta's instruction, the post-1977 self-appointed gurus of Iskcon also disobeyed Srila Prabhupada. And the result of that is all the confusion, the hodgepodge, and all these scandals. I mean, practically every week we have another scandal, another child molestation, another crazy nonsense going on. Don't buy this kind of propaganda. Incidentally, that individual you're referring to should get a haircut and shave his beard. There are instructions from Srila Prabhupada that initiated devotees. It's like there's a devotee here, Thomas, whoever he is. Look at him. He's got a shaven head. He has neck beads. He has a proper Vaishnava attire. So many devotees here, especially if you're going to go claim this philosophy of living guru, shave your beard. We can send you plenty of quotations, whoever that person is. We know who he is. We know who this debater is and all of his propaganda. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.